Now I've already mixed my brown, white, and black clay together, and then I've rolled it out into a slab and cut this desired size. So what I do is I take my cardboard tubes, I wrap them in plastic, and then I wrap each one around. First, the first one I wrap while sitting on the table, flat on the table. Then I stand it up, and then I score each seam and put some slip in there so they'll stick together. And I just wrap them around and make sure it's fairly tight around the tube. Press it in just to make sure it's, I want a good seam. And this is going to have one large tube and two regular sized tubes. These toothbrush holders are my common thing that I make the most of, and they're so I usually make one large tube and two regular sized tubes. Large tube for toothpaste and the regular ones for toothbrushes. Or you can use it for kitchen utensils or even a flower vase or pencil holders, whatever you want. So I'm going to turn it around so you can actually see what I'm doing here. This last seam, I'm score and slip again, which is, the slip is a liquid type clay with some vinegar in it, and that makes it stick better. So once I get it stuck there, I want to make sure it's really, really tight. And I'm putting on a liquid water just to stick the bottom to the toothbrush holder, because that slab at the bottom is the bottom. And I twisted my tube around because I don't want any plastic. It gets stuck in the seams there. Then it's really hard to get it out. So I'm just taking my rubber rib and I'm just making sure it's very well smooth and getting rid of the edge of the seam and just smoothing it out so that it's no edge there and it's really tight. And then all I'm doing is I'm cutting the bottom out. I cut about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge of the toothbrush holder, because you can see here I'm doing it really, I've sped up the thing, but I'm taking the extra that I have taken off, and I'm rolling it up the edge of the toothbrush holders. Again, I want to have a really good seam, really good connection. So I find instead of just butting it up to it, if I make it a little bit bigger and just push it up, and that helps it to give it a better seal and a better joint for the bottom. So I just go around there and I just pull it back up each one. Okay, the last step that I do is I take my blue rib and I just smooth out any marks. I put some water on to clean out that extra slip that I had on the seam and just make it smooth all around. Just taking off any excess clay. With the black, white, and brown clay, as I do it, the colors of particularly the white. The white is what looks like gray right now, but it will turn out white because it changes color in the kiln. But you can see how it's got all the brown marks on it. So I'm just taking actually an old credit card and just scraping it up and just scraping the surface of it off just to help clean out all the brown on. And you can see how it's becoming more white now that I've got it cleaned up a bit. So I'm going around the whole thing, just cleaning it up like this. Now after I get it cleaned up with the credit card, I take a damp sponge. I go over with a damp sponge and I continually dip my sponge in water to make sure it's clean, because I don't want to drag more dirt or not dirt, but brown clay onto the white clay or black clay onto the white clay. Okay, I'm just smoothing out the bottom more, and I'll just continue to smooth the bottom first with the ribs. And then I will actually go over with my finger and smooth it out even more. So I'm just trying to make sure it's just clean. And of course, I always have this extra little bit at the top. I'm just trimming that off so there's a smooth. Because I start this at an angle because I prefer the angle look. I can do it straight up, but I do it angled, and it gives me an extra little tip there that I just have to take off. So I'm just cleaning up some more of the brown, the white clay, I should say, getting some of the brown off of the white clay. And then, of course, here I am with my sponge, cleaning it up more with the sponge. It just takes all the extra film off of the top of it, so it gives me a better white, brown, and black clay after it's finished. Of course, it will have a brighter color when it is finished. And there's my bottom, how my bottom has turned out. Okay, I let it sit for a bit till the clay gets firm enough to take out my tubes. Now this is why I wrap the plastic around it, because the tubes will stick to the clay. So this way I'm able to take the tubes out of the plastic, and then I can unroll and take the plastic off, because the plastic is stuck to the edge of the clay, and you can see how I'm pulling it out, and it just sort of pull it from the center, and it has stuck to it. So this is why I wrap the tubes in plastic. I take all three of them out. Now that I've got all three of them out, I'm just going to take my sponge around the top edge and just clean it up and smooth it out a little bit better. So, because it is a square edge, I like to have more of a rounded edge. So I do that, get that cleaned up a little bit better. You appreciate it if you liked or subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm also going to post this on my website, thebutlerspottery.ca. I'll write a blog about how I do this, and it'll give you more details of this, so you can pop over and see that. This is what it looks like from the top view. Hey, thanks for watching.